Hey folks, Malforian here, and welcome back to the channel. Well, we have the release date for Tours and Tournaments for Crusader Kings 3. We also have a roadmap, a DLC pass basically, similar to the one we had at launch, so we're going to be covering that in this video. There is also a dev diary out today that they just released about Regencies and the Elegance of the Empire DLC, so I'll be covering that in a different video. It's another massive dev diary. But for this video, we've got the 11th of May for the DLC for Tours and Tournaments, so not too far away. What is that, like a month away? And yeah, we'll finally get to play the expansion. There's some more information as well on the Steam page, which we're going to look at in a second as well. But they did also announce this Chapter 2 DLC bundle, basically. And yeah, you get the Elegance of the Empire when you pre-order it, which is some clothing based on empires, obviously. You get the Tours and Tournaments expansion. You get the Wards and Wardens event pack, which is coming out in Q3, which was the one that won the recent vote on the next event pack. And then we've got Legacies of Persia, which is the next flavor pack, and that's coming out in Q4 of 2023. So by the end of this year, we'll have Tours and Tournaments, we'll have a event pack, and we'll have a flavor pack. And there is a little bit of information on Legacy of Persia as well on Steam, so we're going to have a look at that as well in a second. But yeah, there we go. We've got the release dates. We've got the information on what's coming the rest of the year. I'm not sure. I'm pretty happy. I think if we'd always kept to the schedule of like a clothing pack or a music pack, I guess, kind of like the old ones, expansion, event pack, and a flavor pack every year, I'd be pretty happy with this. It's just unfortunate that so far we haven't kept to this kind of schedule. But let me know what you think in the comments down below. You know, if we get this every year, I'll be reasonably happy. I think if we could sneak in another flavor pack maybe for somewhere, yeah, it'd be even better. But at least now we know what we're getting for the rest of the year. We're not guessing as to what might be coming or what might not be coming. So, and let me know, are you going to pick up the pass? We're going to have a look at it now on Steam. So I'm obviously in Canada, so it's in Canadian. So it's $45 for me. And yeah, you basically get all of this. And then, like I say, you get the clothing pack free, which isn't listed on here, I guess, because it's free. So yeah, you do save a little bit of money buying it all together. At least I am happy that this time they've told us what's in here. That was the problem with the first one, is you bought it, but you didn't know what was coming. You knew there was, like, I think, one expansion and 2 flavor packs, was it? But when it was announced, we didn't know what they were going to be. I'm really happy they actually told us. So you've got a little bit more informed. This is going to be the price. This is what's coming. And then you can make, like, an informed decision. Like, if you don't want to buy it, fair enough. But if you do want to buy it, at least you know what's coming. You're not, like, going to be blindsided by something else or, you know, not knowing what's coming. So I'm not a massive fan of these kind of bundles. A little bit of like FOMO, trying to make you buy it, I guess. But at least we are informed and we know what's coming. So obviously I played along the channel. I'll be picking this up. I don't think it's too badly priced, to be honest. Especially as the flavor packs are going to be more across the size of Fate of Iberia. So hopefully Legacy of Persia adds a decent amount of content like Fate of Iberia did. But yeah, we'll just have a look through. So this is the page. They've updated it now for Tours and Tournaments. There's a little bit of extra information in here. You can actually see a little GIF or GIF about how the tours are going to work. Just like a little kind of showing you how it moves around. Pretty obvious, but we've not seen it kind of in-game running. So as you can see, it's kind of, you kind of select where you want to go, as they said. And then you just see your character kind of moving around the map as it progresses, which is pretty cool. And then they've got the tournaments, which they haven't covered yet. I imagine that must be next week's maybe dev diary. How tournaments are going to work, but all looks really cool. It does use that UI we saw, as you can see here, and it looks like you basically travel around the buildings, as I guessed last week. That might be how it works. So yeah, it'd be interesting to get some more information on this. There isn't a great deal in the actual Steam page, but it is cool to see kind of like roughly how it works. And then the last bit is they're talking about grand activities, which they haven't covered either yet. And then nightly honors. We were talking about this last week. Like, they mentioned about distinguished knights and then normal knights, and we were wondering why they were different. Well, you actually see here, bestow knights with honors, allowing your warrior to specialize, whether in politics or on the battlefield, train them up, sending them to tournaments or to war for even more experience. So I think it's going to work kind of like hunting, where there's those 2 tracks of like XP, basically. And it looks like you can specialize the knights to do different things. Obviously, the warfare side sounds pretty obvious. I guess they'll just skill up and be better and better. Maybe get some perks and things like that. But specialize in politics as a knight? I'm not sure how that's going to work. Like, maybe you can use them as like envoys or ambassadors. I'm not 100% sure. It's kind of interesting to see. Well, it is going to be interesting to see when we have a dev diary on that, exactly what that means. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Like, the battlefield side seems obvious, but the politics, I'm not too sure. Maybe it just buffs them so they're good to be on your court or things like that. So it'd be interesting to see. And then the last bit just saying we're getting a load more art and Western medieval clothing from the early to Middle Ages. No, early to the late Middle Ages. Unfortunately, it's all based around Western medieval clothing again. I guess we are getting the Legacies of Persia, so there'll be a bunch in there. I imagine, well, I'd hope in the event pack there's some clothing as well. Because, yeah, I think definitely other areas of the map could do with some additional clothing options. But anyway, yeah, that's the tours and tournaments, additional information on there. Wards and Wardens, there's literally just a little blurb here just saying we're getting a bunch of events, as we already know, based around child rearing and education of a child. And then the Legacies of Persia, which is the flavor pack, as we've said. This is actually super interesting. It says the flavor pack will relive the dynastic struggle for survival and empire in the lands of the Euphrates and the Indus, with special attention to the culture and history of medieval Persia. This add-on will also introduce new systems for clan government rulers and expansions on the Islamic and Zoroastrian religions dominant in the region at the time. So it is obviously going to be super focused on Persia itself, kind of like, you know, Fate of Iberia was focused on Iberia. But it looks like we're actually getting clan rework, basically, or some kind of major addition to it, and some religious rework in there as well. So it'd be really interesting to see what is coming in that in the future. That one could be really, really good, especially that kind of area of the map. Getting some content outside of Europe would be fantastic. So yeah, just a little bit extra in there. So if you do pick it up, you'll get all these when they do come out. But that is going to be it for today's video. I just wanted a quick one just so you all knew when the release date was coming out and what we were getting in the rest of the year for the game. So pretty happy with it. Like I say, I'll be picking it up obviously because I play on the channel. And I think if from what we've seen for like tours and tournaments, the expansion's looking better and better. I really do think some people commented it last week. Like the launch, I think, was pretty disappointing, but the more they've shown, it kind of, I think they like fumbled the launch, and they really should have hit with more of the content with it when they did the announcement, because the announcement didn't sound like there's much coming, but with every dev diary, it looks absolutely crazy, the amount of stuff we're getting, and especially, I've taken a quick look at the Regency's dev diary, which we're going to be doing a video on later, and it's absolutely huge, and it's so like in depth, it's absolutely crazy. So yeah, hopefully the other ones, obviously Ward and Wardens is only an event pack, well not only, but it's an event pack, so it's just gonna be loads of events similar to the one we got last year, so can't complain about more events. Legacy of Persia sounds like it's gonna be pretty sizable as well, so there is actually quite a lot coming this year. Like I say, maybe if they'd snuck another flavor pack in, or maybe next year we have 2 or 3 flavor packs in an expansion. I know that's quite a lot of content, but there are places like Byzantines and Merchant Republics and stuff that people really want in the game, and it's been quite a while now since we launched, so it'd be interesting to see what's coming next year as well. But yeah, we're gonna leave it there for today. I'll put the trailer at the end of the video now if you want to watch it. Hit like if you've enjoyed it. If you are new here, I cover Crusader Kings news, I play narrative campaigns, and I play other historical titles on the channel, so hit subscribe if you want to follow in the future. But we'll leave it there for today, and I'll see you in the next one.